You can just start with some opening remarks from the coach.
I mean, it was great to be back out against a quality opponent after being down in Texas and seeing so many people in their red shirts and enthusiasm to just be part of something on a Monday night at 6 o'clock. I mean, I can never not start by, I don't care if there's one person or however many people were there tonight, but we showed up tonight, and that doesn't shock me at all from our community, because they're the best. There's no doubt about it, and we'll continue to work for them and give a better performance moving forward. Also, you want to sit there and you want your thoughts and prayers for Coach Graves. There's no doubt about that. I know that he's going through something, and their team has really bonded together. Matt's a good guy, and I know he's going through some things, which is hard when you have somebody that's integral in your program not being around quite as much. So it says a lot about him and the people that are around him. I know Byron Jones on his staff. I know him really well over the last several years, and he's one of many on their staff that are impressive people. So I'd be remiss if I didn't start that way. Then, obviously, the game, we came out, I think it was 11-2, 11-4, gave 2 offensive rebounds out, gave an open 3, a couple putbacks. Really 2 games in a row that we didn't come out in a way that was effective. This team just happened to, when we punched back, kept punching. And I thought that, that's when we took the 32-30 lead, hit the shot, missed a play right at the end of the half, could have had a different action. Came out of halftime, took the lead, and I think we gave a 9-0 run or something like that right away. Lost the rebounding war. Had 5 assists, I believe, on the game. 8 assists, 15 turnovers. So we weren't moving the ball the right way. But, I mean, it's the 3rd game of the year. We don't like how we feel. And we're not accepting that, we lost to Indiana State. As what are you going to do? No, we didn't like that. And it'll be good for us moving forward.
Brian, you guys came out and it seemed like your team was ready emotionally, but maybe too ready. Were they overexcited for this game?
Yeah, it's funny because I thought you guys, I mean, even at shoot around, it's a good question. It's a good observation. You've been around here a little bit, all right? I don't know if you could be overexcited. I don't know if you could be overly enthusiastic. I'm a noise guy. I like that. I think it's a matter of, is it generating, does it mask what still needs to be done? And not that we do it intentionally, but does that noise and enthusiasm and excitement translate to execution? And I feel like we had a lack of that to start. But we were not great talk. Miles Thompson in the beginning of the game was great huddle talk. He's one that stood out. So that's a good observation. I think we just got to be able to harness that enthusiasm, that excitement, because we're going to be in those situations. I mean, I like our team, so it's a good question.
They like to go helter-skelter. They want to go fast. And they were averaging 90 or more coming into the game. You got to be happy with your defense.
Yeah, I think you come out of the half, we give up, we don't guard a very basic coverage to give them a wide open layup. Those are the things that were, in transition, we let Wagner come in and just dribble into a walk-up 3. Like, we actually did that last year. We showed it, the same exact thing last year. So I'm happy with, I would say our focus defensively needs to be better. It needs to be, we talked about it, stay in the play now. Then what play do we need to do right now? Not the next play, not what happened before. We have some ability to definitely be a good defensive team, but when the ball isn't going in offensively, because we weren't moving it at all, we were relying on single side way too much. 8 assists, 15 turnovers. That's really bad. it puts a lot of pressure. I could have changed some defenses up a little bit. But yeah, there were some times you put Arnie and Kyle, and I thought we really that was a good lineup, and then Kyle tweaked his ankle, and then he can't go really back in at times. Like, there was just little things like that we got to, kind of work through a little bit better. But I think from our team defensively, we have an opportunity to be a pretty good defensive team. We just can't have the kind of the obvious layups or wide open shots happen.
Ray, was there anything they were doing defensively that was causing trouble?
Nah, not really. I mean, I just think they came in and with a great energy and out tough us, but really we just didn't start right. I would say that, but yeah.
It seemed like outside, I guess, a run there towards the end of the first half.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like the offense couldn't get into that.
Yeah. No, I think our spacing, they were out, they were physical. They were kind of quite literally throwing us around a little bit. And I just think that, we didn't, we weren't strong off the 2 feet. We weren't finishing through contact. We weren't really willing to, not because we have selfish guys. It's not about that, but it's, we weren't really able to get in the lane, make the extra pass to the next pass. And their physicality, their effort was definitely there. I think we exposed them on some things that I know on film. There's 4 or 5 plays already in that I thought we had an opportunity to expose them, and we just didn't make the right read. And that starts obviously with me in terms of the repetition, how many, you look at the practice plan, you look at all that stuff, and from an offensive standpoint, maybe it's not on all of these guys. It's Indiana State was good. Our guys are willing participants and trying to help one another, and I just got to do a little bit better for us.
When it comes to the ball movement and maybe trying to find the right looks from the right guys, how much of it is a case of, okay, you're early in the season, especially with not a newcomer by any ways as far as experience, but someone new to the program in Jack, how much of it's just needing time to build chemistry versus necessarily what Indiana State was doing defensively to maybe take away top options?
Yeah, I don't want to take credit away from Indiana State. I really don't, because they guarded us. There's no doubt about it. We felt them. I think it's probably a little bit of both. I think that there's opportunities where you got to make the right decision through repetition and through our preparation would help not just Jack, but everybody. Just make the simple, kind of obvious play a little bit more. I think we once we got down a little bit, and Miles made a couple tough shots, but they were single-sided. Like he made a tough shot. He's battled. It was a little bit of, okay, we kind of righted the ship, but it wasn't the way that it needed to go, and we didn't adjust accordingly. And then defensively, we lost them in key moments, and they what were we, 3 for 15 from the 3, and I think we had 2 or 3 just kind of backbreaker threes in moments that we should not have taken because they were not within what we were doing. But we have guys that want to make plays because they want to win. So I don't look at it from a selfish standpoint at all. I just look at it from a guy that's willing to step up.
And your open comments, on the philosophical side of all of this, it's a Monday night at 6 o'clock and you have 2,400 people.
Yeah.
And you're playing a Missouri Valley team, and according to the websites, you were the favorite. I mean, if we could step back a little bit, like you said, you don't take solace in that, you wanted to win the game tonight. But that tells me a little bit about how far this program has come.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, we're not talking about the websites, and like with all the NCAA stuff. Yeah, we're not. I know you did. It wasn't me. No, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's because of a guy like this guy right here. It's the guys before him. It's the every person who was out there. I would assume, whoever decides those things understands that our home record's pretty successful over the last several years. I think that they, saw what we did down in Texas. There's an excitement, there's no doubt about it. And the thing about our fans that's pretty cool, and to the credit of, how the program has been built over the last several years, is that they've never wavered on, You know, I'll always reference, we lose last year on that Thursday night, and more people came the next day to get us that 2 seed. All right? They're here. You know, that's part of, you know, we're part of the culture. But our program has gotten there, and that's why we're disappointed right now, because we have expectations to be better in a game like this tonight, because I don't want to say that we should have won, because we didn't. But I would have liked to play better and had a little bit better game where, you know, it put us in a better position to see if they were going to, you know, continue to punch back when we're at our best.
So going back to what Sally was asking you, and follow back to my first question, it seemed like guys maybe went one-on-one too much, and maybe because they were so excited about the game.
Yeah, I mean,
They said they wanted it.
Yeah, they did. I mean, you know, I think we had some play calls that gave us some opportunities that we thought were some matchups. We just weren't strong enough in holding our position, and that didn't create an advantage to the next guy. So then the next guy had to go one-on-one because there wasn't like a 2-on-1 situation a lot. And that is, we just got to get better. We got to get, you know, to your question, like the timing, the cohesiveness, kind of defining our roles a little bit more. I have a lot of guys on here that didn't play quite as much that I'm a huge believer in, all right? And so that starts with even just kind of trying to figure out how we're going to manage that type of situation, because I have guys on here that are really, really good and really stepped up the last several weeks. And their opportunity will be coming. There's no doubt about it. We just got to figure it out.
Ring, what was it like going up against Camp? You and Camp were matched up against against each other all night.
You said Cam?
The
Oh.
8. I thought you're thinking camp.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the way we move the ball. Yeah, we were guarding ourselves sometimes.
Yeah. Nah, he's a good player. I mean, he did what he did. He's a great shooter, but it was a great matchup, and I just felt we let him lose earlier in the game. As a shooter like that, like he's always gonna get hot, but yeah, it was a good matchup. I just feel like we didn't start right, and they just started from top to bottom, and we're gonna be better.
Coach, you obviously had a pretty, I would say, difficult schedule coming up.
Uh-huh.
You had Drake, and you had Wisconsin.
Yep.
You know, obviously Drake won the NBC last year. They beat Mizzou with March Madness, and
Uh-huh.
they have the Big Ten team. How does a game like this help just to prepare you for something like that?
Yeah, I mean, again, that's a good question. What you can't do is go on your phone and I told those guys upstairs, and like, there's gonna be a lot of people that love you that say, hey, you could have, should have done X, Y, or Z. All right, myself included. I probably got a little bit more criticism from the people that love me because I'm a little older and the role I'm in. But I think what you got to do is we got to take ownership in what we did, successful or not successful tonight. And it puts you in a position like, okay, we went down to San Antonio, they punched us, we came right back, and we just were relentless. And I don't know if there was a real, we just kind of took them out of what they were doing, and there wasn't a total like, hey, we're coming right back at you. Well, Indiana State just did that. So now we got to take, all right, that feeling and understand if we go down there, maybe we're up 11-2 at Drake. All right, that'd be great. But an understanding it doesn't matter. Like right now, what do we need to do this play right now? So everything you do, especially this early in the season, from lineups to opportunities to defensive schemes, if you evaluate it and you're totally honest and take ownership with it within yourself, it's only going to be better. Because we could have won that game. So we box out, we go hit a 3 at the end. It's a 1-point game, foul, they miss another one. We come back down. We still had a chance to win the game. The feeling would be a little bit different. But really those 39 minutes weren't any different. So we have to own those 39 minutes of what we need to do to get better for the next game. So, yeah, we got a tough schedule, but that's part of, again, to your question, that's a little bit of where we are now. That's good. All right. Thank you, guys.